Hello everyone, Ugodre here, and this is my money brief brought to you by Nairametrics. This is part of the Follow the Money podcast, brought to you, of course, by Nairametrics across your podcast channels, and this is for our exclusive subscribers. All right, let me get right into it. Today, I want to talk about Treasury bills. Um, I did get some questions asking me whether it was the best time to invest Treasury bills or whether Treasury bills was a good investment, especially when you compare it to the dollar. I did put up a tweet a few days ago where I tried to break this down as well, explaining that reasons or the numbers that would determine whether to invest your money in dollars or a dollar-based investment, essentially, or maybe treasury bills. I mean, come think about it. Foreign investors are bringing dollars in here to invest in treasury bills, so there must be something that they're seeing, that maybe we're not seeing. Because I mean, why would they want to bring their dollars in here to buy treasury bills when they could as well just keep that dollars there? But that's because people see returns, and returns is basically what determines how you invest. And so, why is treasury bills such a great investment now? Yes, I did let the cat out of the bag already. I think treasury bills are a great investment at the moment for a few reasons. Yes, we know that inflation rate is pretty high in Nigeria, over 30%. We know that the currency is constantly under risk of being, depreciated because of a stronger dollar. But look, interest rates for treasury bills today, especially 1 year treasury bills, it ranges between 21 to 23% coupon. And if you look at the true yield of that rate, it's probably closer to 29-30%. Now, true yield is a different metric for calculating treasury bills, because when they pay you treasury bills, or when you invest in treasury bills, they tend to pay the interest upfront. So, example, if you buy treasury bills of 50 million naira, they would pay you, let's assume the interest rate is even 20%, they would pay you 10 million naira upfront. So you get that 10 million naira today, assuming it's today that you tell your bank to buy that treasury bills, and they end up buying the treasury bills for you. You will get the 10 million naira instantly. And so, because you can get that 10 million naira instantly, you can reinvest it again, isn't it, in another asset. So the real yield, it can't be that 20%. It's a lot more than that. So there's a way to calculate these things. It comes to closer to 30% or so, based on interest rate of say 23%. So now, treasury bills in Nigeria is no longer the way it used to be several years ago. Several years ago, you could invest even 1K or so in treasury bills, but now treasury bills is now for the exclusive rich people. So it's 50 million naira and above if you want to buy from the primary market. But if you wanted to buy a discounted bill, which essentially is treasury bills from maybe investment banks or investment houses or asset management companies, that's treasury bills that they've already bought, then you can also get it at a lower amount, 5 million, 2 million, 10 million, and even close to the same rates. It's just that, for example, you might not see a 1 year deal because they may have taken some interest for some days already, but nevertheless, it still comes to a closer rate per annum. And so there are bills like that you can buy, but most of the ones that I've seen, I think I even have one here that someone shared with me recently. I've seen some at 20 something percent, 21, 22% interest rates for over 300 days. So very likely that you would find treasury bills that are that attractive. So why do I think this matters? I kind of think it matters because when you have treasury bills so if you had, let's even say you had 10 million naira to invest in treasury bills at 20%, so you're going to get 2 million naira upfront today. And so that 2 million naira that you're getting upfront, if you were so at the end of the 1 year period, you're going to get your 10 million back. So essentially, you've gotten 12 million naira. So that 2 million naira, of course, you can invest it into something else. So if you invest into something else that gives you the same 20%, then you're getting 20% of 2 million, which is 400K, right? So you get 2.4 million. And so, and then you can reinvest again. So, I mean, it just shows you how how well it is. And I've never seen treasury bills that high in Nigeria. So this is just like a one in a long lifetime, well, maybe not lifetime, but a long time scenario, which is why I said it's probably better now to buy treasury, especially if you want to hold some of your investments in naira and you already have dollar assets. Now, someone also asked me, well, what if I just keep that money in dollars? It's probably going to be end up being the same thing and all that. Well, yes, but for that to be correct, that yes to be yes, the exchange rate would need to have depreciated to at least 2,000 naira to the dollar. It's currently around 1.5 something. So 2,000 naira to the dollar for it to make sense, to maybe keep that money in dollars and not even investing in dollar. And so, but if you wanted to, um, if you keep that money in treasury bills, then you would get higher. If you'll be better off if the exchange rate doesn't depreciate to above 2,000 naira to the dollar, and I really doubt that it would depreciate to above 2,000 naira to the dollar. Yeah, I actually doubt that will happen, which further makes treasury bills investment very compelling at this moment, and I'm really considering doing that. So I know you already have some investment in stocks, you have some investment in FX. You might want to consider having investment in treasury bills as well because of this reason that I've just given. And so for me, yes, I would go for treasury bills. If if you want to have some naira investments in your portfolio, especially the ones that are risk free. Remember that treasury bills is risk free. And so I said I was going to call out some rates. So the rates that I saw, so for example, I'm seeing here for a 364 day at 21%, 22% also. I'm also seeing even much lower rates, slightly lower rates. I'm seeing a 189 day at 21%. I'm seeing a 294 day at 21.5%. I'm seeing 203 days at 22%, which means they've all been discounted, but still an incredible return at this moment. See, this is risk-free money. Your capital is going to come back to you. So the only risk you're going to carry is inflation risk and currency depreciation risk. I know that's what you're going to carry. That risk will always be there. But in terms of whether your money will come back to you, the other money will come back to you as well. So it's better to put that money in treasury bills than to just leave that money in your bank account fallow. Even if it's for 3 months, I'm seeing 3 months bill here at maybe I'm seeing one for 15.5%. Still not a bad deal if you didn't have you didn't have so much use for that money. You might want to stick it in the treasury bill. So again, treasury bills, one of the best investments that you can have now. If you wanted to buy in the primary market, is 50 million and above. But if you don't have up to that, you can still buy with discounted bills. You just approach your bank and they can sell to you. If you're lucky, they can even get for you on the primary market if they pool the funds with other people's money. But most likely you're going to get it in the secondary market, which is a discounted bill, but the rates are above 20%. I think that's what you should target for these bills. And of course, if you are comparing it with dollars, I think that it would make sense to invest in dollars if the dollar exchange depreciates. If you think the dollar will depreciate below, the naira will depreciate below 2,000 naira to the dollar, or I don't know, above, whichever way you look at it. Of course, there's that other aspect of you reinvesting that dollar at maybe 5% or 6%. That's possible as well, which is why dollar investments are just so compelling at the moment. But I still think treasury bills is a better investment in the short term because of where I see the dollar going to over the next few months. I do think that the strength of the dollar will weaken a bit in the months to come. And interest rate globally would also drop. So I kind of think that this might just be the time to buy naira assets, because next year I don't see treasury bills being anywhere close to this again. Okay, so that is my money brief for today. I hope that you got the gist. If you have better ideas, better comments about this topic, do drop it as well. Drop your opinions in the comment section. Remember, this money brief is exclusively for Nairametrics followers, and of course my followers as well. If you're not following, you want to just hit the follow button, and then you could always watch these things for free. All right, see you later, and do have a profitable day ahead. Bye bye.